But it's great to be here and perform in front of students, right? Because as a comedian, you feel right at home amongst promiscuous alcoholics.
Thank you. It's great to be performing in an Irish pub. Because as a comedian, you feel right at home amongst promiscuous alcoholics.
I read an article that said that last summer in Ireland, the parliament passed a law against blasphemy that can give you a fine of up to 25,000 euro for blasphemy. That's like a bajillion Swedish kronor. 25,000 euro for blasphemy.
And it makes you wonder whether they send the money directly to God himself.
Or maybe use them to restore some of the old buildings damaged during the country's religiously fueled wars.
And the law says, I've written this down. The law says, blasphemy is if a person utters matter that is grossly abusive or insulting in relation to matters held sacred by any religion,
thereby causing outrage among a substantial number of that adherents of that religion, and he or she intends by the publication or utterance of the matter concerned to cause such outrage and other ridiculous nonsense. I tried to find the paragraph about not mocking Santa Claus, but it must be in another law somewhere written in just as formal language to make it sound less stupid.
It is silly, it's stupid to make a law, against ridiculing, holy symbols and things, right? Because honestly, I don't think that a cross is that easily offended.
It's stupid, right? Passing a law, for us living in a civilized democracy, passing a law against blasphemy seems, kind of silly and backwards.
It's silly and backwards, like Ireland always has been.
I don't mean that. I just put it in there for comic effects, of which it obviously had very little.
And I think that God is a pedophile. And because God is in everything, right? So he also was in those priests fucking all those Irish kids. He's yeah. Maybe Jesus was right next to him videotaping it all, posting it online. I think that God flew those planes into the World Trade Center. I think because he's in everything, it's probably even God making me say this right now. He surely works in mysterious ways.
And the reason I say this is to illustrate how silly it is to make a law against blasphemy, right? And primarily two reasons. The first reason is I don't think that if there is a God that he would be offended with what I just said, because he would know that I don't believe in him and therefore don't believe what I just said. I think God would forgive my ignorance, because God tends to surround himself with ignorance all the time. That's his kind of crowd.
And I'm not saying that all religious people are ignorant. I'm just saying there are more ignorance among religious people. For example, those people who believe in creationism and teach it to their kids without teaching them the theory of evolution. Right? Because an atheist would never say, "Oh, you shouldn't read the Bible." They just go, "Yeah, it's a long, boring, tragic story, but there's some good jokes in it, so just go ahead."
If some of you don't know what creationism is the belief that creating more ignorance will make more people believe in God. Yeah, I know I left some stuff out just like the creationists do.
And secondly, it's completely irrelevant to make a law against blasphemy, right? Because if you truly believe in God, then there would be no reason to defend him. But there's nothing I could say that would make him disappear. And if you believe that I could do that, honestly you should start worshipping me some more, right? Because otherwise your ass is toast. Because I can make God disappear.
So, I lost track now.
That's the God.
Yeah, I kind of came to the God part, that's right. I haven't been talking about that yet. Wow. I thought I had this completely perfectly lined up. I was going to the great big finale. Now, and the phone is ringing. It's probably God, really mad. Now, with this, you know, it just shows that this law is not made to protect God. It's made to protect people who are weak and insecure in their faith. Right? Because you're really weak in your faith in God if you think He needs your protection from my bad mouth. Right?
What kind of weak God would be sitting up in the skies crying like a teenage girl? Oh, he's mocking me again. But that's not the style of a God responsible for the killings of millions and millions. It would be absurd and humiliating, especially for a God. Right?
And also, you know, if you think God is too girly to take my mockery, then you're the one being blasphemous, right? So, I think God is a pedophile, and if I believe that, it should be protected by this blasphemy law. Because I never said I was talking about your God. I was talking about my God, the pedophile, kid-fucking, war-starting, ignorance-creating, mass-murdering God, who is just as protected by this blasphemy law as yours. That's all I had. Thanks a lot.